Yes. Throwback Thursday on QPTV. You're watching QPTV Daily Social Live. QPTV.org's live daily show. I'm your host for today, James. Let's get started. So today is another big day, of course, for live content on QPTV and QPTV.org. Today, we have Queen's Conversations. Let's jump into that right now. In fact, let's just play this whole thing. We'll play this, and we'll be right back. I'll start it over so you get all the audio and everything, but
with others who had similar backgrounds and values, helping to form distinct neighborhoods. Today, Queens is a mosaic of these vibrant and different neighborhoods. So we decided to examine what makes them unique. In a series we call Neighborhood Notes, we'll be looking at the food, the culture, the history, and the people of our colorful Queens neighborhoods. This week we visit Flushing.
so that's coming up at 3 p.m. Queen's Conversations. I'll be on Spectrum 34, 1995, RCN 82, Verizon Files 34. You can also watch on QPTV.org. We'll be on Facebook Live as well. This is coming up at 3 p.m. You're not gonna miss it. Flushing. It's the home of QPTV, so we're quite familiar with it. And we'll play this for you again now.
The Borough of Queens is renowned for its diversity, created largely by the waves of immigrants who chose to settle here over many decades. At first, they often tended to live together with others who had similar backgrounds and values, helping to form distinct neighborhoods. Today, Queens is a mosaic of these vibrant and different neighborhoods. So we decided to examine what makes them unique. In a series we call Neighborhood Notes, we'll be looking at the food, the culture, the history, and the people of our colorful Queens neighborhoods. This week we visit Flushing.
And of course, you could find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch. You can look us up, Queens Public Television, QPTV. You can email us directly, media@qptv.org. Questions and comments, please don't hesitate to ask. We're here to listen. We're here to answer. But don't forget, we're on your channels. Pick up your remote and set to your favorites. We're on Spectrum, RCN, and Files. Look for QPTV. Let's get back into the show. All right. Yeah, I'm behind this. Okay, so we'll get into the next part. Coming up, St. John's University Queensborough President Candidate Forum will be on QPTV. This event is being held in partnership with the Queens Daily Eagle and will be broadcast live on Queens Public Television. Look for that. That's Tuesday, May 25th. Again, I don't have the titles up on screen about the specific channel time, but what we'll do, we'll go to the website right now where you can show you where to look for it. Queens Public Television. Public Television. For that. That's spot where you see me is where you'll see the program live that day, or any of the live programs on QPTV.org, conveniently right at the top of the screen. But as you can see, this event on Tuesday, May 25th, will be on 10 a.m. Spectrum 1997, RCN 85, and Fios 37. And then again at 7 p.m. on Spectrum 34, 1995, RCN 82, and Fios 34. And of course, we'll be streaming it on QPTV.org, and it will be available for replay watching here on QPTV.org. And as usual, we will be showing you clips of that program, little snippets, but of course, you want to go to QPTV.org. Go to QPTV.org to watch this stuff because we have a lot of it on the site. Between this program and what we're telling you about all the other programs, we have Queen's Conversations, we have Queen's Perspectives, we have all the simulcasts, Digital New York Summit. Look at that. That's over 3.5 hours of programming. That's amazing in one program. Check it out, folks. We have stuff here. A lot of programs from City and State New York. We have debates from Politics NY. We have Flushing Town Hall 1 year later. An amazing program on how Flushing Town Hall has dealt with COVID-19 and how they've continued. And we have the Queen's COVID Remembrance Day. There's a lot of amazing content on QPTV.org right now. So if you're tired of watching this, you could always watch that. But then you couldn't have me tell you about it. So we'll keep watching this. Coming up, again, I'm going to keep reminding you because it's important that you know that Queen's Conversations will be at 3 p.m. and I'm going to be talking about Flushing. It's a can't miss, and none of them are less than amazing. Great interviews with incredible people from Queens and people who work and live in Queens, and it's all Queens. Great conversations. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with QPTV Daily Social Live. See what we got next on the list before we head out. It's going to be, I should have mentioned that from the beginning, it's going to be another quick show. We have to get ready for today's content. By the way, tonight, I don't have the graphic up on the screen, but if you've been paying attention, we've been playing simulcasting debates from Politics NY. And I believe tonight we have Queensborough President debate. That'll be at 6:30 on Spectrum 1997, RCN 85, and Verizon Fios 37. And of course, it'll be here on QPTV.org. So my suggestion is load up the website and keep it parked and reload every few, when nothing's playing, reload it every few minutes. Or however often you have time to. But stick right here to QPTV.org. We have amazing content coming here. Or, of course, turn on QPTV and just leave it on. So, other than that, right now, I want to tell you about the Digital New York Summit I mentioned earlier, which is an incredibly in-depth virtual summit of virtual conference of tech leaders from all over New York, and they go in depth about how services, digital services in particular, are being handled during the pandemic and how they're helping out constituents. I won't play too much of it. I'll actually just sort of have it playing in the background. But you'll want to check it out if you have any interest in, the state and the city and the borough's, infrastructure, digital infrastructure, and who's involved with it. Not only your community leaders, but the organizations and the corporations and everybody. Everyone has a voice in this summit, so it's something that if you want to be informed, you'll want to check out. And we also have on QPTV.org the City and State New York Women in Government series. We have the first part here, which again focuses on those who are involved directly on the government level, but they're also people on a corporate level, and then also people who are at a civic and sort of community based level that you're dealing with. And the wonderful thing about QPTV is that we bring all these people together. We put everybody on the same playing field. You as a viewer and as a citizen can have a voice on community television like QPTV. And that's what it's all about. Also on QPTV.org, make sure I'm in the right order here, we have the State Legislative Forum for Queens. Again, we bring you in-depth conversations with the people who are running the state government, and especially the government of Queens, the Queens representatives of the state. They break it down. This is from City and State New York. Again, another program from that organization, and we are happy to be bringing these to you, simulcast to you on an incredibly regular basis, because it's necessary right now. Everything that's happening, we want to make sure that you, the public, are informed. And now, let's take another break, and we'll come back to more QPTV Daily Social Live. Let's get back to more show. And I want to just give a quick thank you or a shout out to Josh Cintron. We had an interview today for an upcoming segment on this show and for an upcoming project from QPTV. And I look forward to bringing that to you. He was an incredible guest, and I'll be happy to bring that story to you as soon as we have it. Joshua Cintron, he's half of the podcasting duo, him with Danny, on Freedom Up Close. You can look for that wherever you find your podcasts. But he's an old friend and sort of part of our family here at QPTV. So I thank him very much for that interview. And we'll be bringing you that content very soon, along, like I said, on previous programs. We have a lot going on with election year, and I'm looking forward to bringing that content because we have a lot of it. So there's no reason not to be informed. This election season, we're going to be telling you all about ranked choice voting. So there'll be no confusion there. And we'll be bringing you all the candidates, points of views throughout the debates and the candidates forum, and you see there's going to be one tonight. So please do not miss it. And there's also going to be one on May 25th. So you don't want to miss any of it. If you have any sort of stake in knowing and being informed about your community, about Queens and the city and how the city is run, stay tuned to QPTV and watch the programs we have here. Let's get into what we have. Let's see. What was the last thing we played? Let's check this out. Let's see if I'm on track. Right. The Virtual Town Hall series on mental health. You want to check this out as well. That's on QPTV.org right now. And of course, Virtual Queens Day. Let's take a look at that. We played clips last week, but we didn't get to play anything this week. So I think we should just jump right into it and see. I don't want to play anything I already played, but let's just see what's.
Oh, depressed. Okay, and finally, I'm going to move on to Pops. My business that I want to organize, that I want to recognize, is Pops. Pops is in the heart of Woodhaven at 86
Let's skip ahead a
Jamaica
little
Avenue. It's Dominican owned. It's a wonderful family. Manny Bays is the owner.
I have some bugs to work out here, folks. Let's skip ahead. All right. This is John Liu.
Thank you, Senator, for your support. Much appreciated.
Let's skip back so we can see more of that.
The Business Improvement District. They have been the center, the
Get me off the
epicenter
screen,
of the
because sometimes
business
I blend
community
in.
for years, and we have to pay tribute to them. But let me introduce the senators that I noticed a couple of minutes ago. First, Senator John Liu.
Hi, Toby.
Hi. Okay. John.
Toby, you mentioned 4 businesses and 4 organizations. I mean, you took all away our allocations. Tom's trying to keep a tight ship here, and
Senator Liu, it's all you.
oh, all right. Well, great to see everyone here. I will be very brief. My organization is none other than the Douglaston Local Development Corporation. They've been out there not only promoting the businesses in Douglaston, but really feeding people, providing food, providing PPEs, and I just can't imagine an organization that could be more active. Big shout out to Victor Dadras and Rebecca Gellos and the rest of the team there. And my business would be Bourbon Street. I think most of you know it. It's right on Bell Boulevard. Anytime you want to see Ed Bronstein during normal times, he's there.
All right, I don't mean to cut him off, but we're going to continue. That was a pretty good clip, but you can see the rest of that program on QPTV.org right now. That's Virtual Queens Day 2021, otherwise known as Queens Day in Albany. But of course, the virtual event had to be a virtual event because of the pandemic, and with that, of course, came some extra surprises. With that, we had along with people being able to now remote into everything, we had a few other people who representing Queens to join the event. So that's a good one to check out on QPTV.org right now. Not right now, but right now. Get it loaded up on the page so you can watch it as soon as this is done if you'd like. But of course, don't miss at 3 p.m. Queen's Conversations. Let's play this again one more time before we head out. I want you all to get a good idea of what this show is about, this upcoming episode, because I love all the episodes, but I really like the episodes where they focus on neighborhoods and history and that kind of stuff. All right, let's check it out. Make sure it's all ready. All right.
Is renowned for its diversity, created largely by the waves of immigrants who chose to settle here over many decades. At first, they often tended to live together with others who had similar backgrounds and values, helping to form distinct neighborhoods. Today, Queens is a mosaic of these vibrant and different neighborhoods, so we decided to examine what makes them unique. In a series we call Neighborhood Notes, we'll be looking at the food, the culture, the history, and the people of our colorful Queens neighborhoods. This week we visit Flushing.
Don't miss Queens Conversations on QPTV at 3 p.m. And don't miss all the programs we have on QPTV. We have that debate live tonight, 6:30. And don't miss all the programs we have on QPTV.org. We have all the simulcasts. We have QPTV's original programs. And we have a lot more coming up that we'll be bringing you next week, probably. We're going to wrap up tomorrow, hopefully, with the updated COVID-19 information and some previews of what's coming up as well. But next week, we'll be telling you about a lot because primaries coming up and life is changing rapidly with things reopening. We want you to be safe. Let's not play around. But with that, I think we're going to head on out because we have to prepare everything for Queen's Conversations. That's coming up at 3 p.m. But thanks again for tuning in to Daily Social Live from QPTV. We'll be back again with more on what you should know from Queens Public Television because we can't do this without you. In fact, we're here for you. We want you to become part of our in real life social network. Go to QPTV.org to find out how to watch, learn, and create with QPTV. Tell your friends about us, share and subscribe. Stay safe and be well. Oop.